What up, people? Welcome to the Push the Ball Black Show. I am your host, Christian. This is the Bearscast for Week 3, where I give you my first impressions of the game. And, well, we'll take it. Bears win 16-14. They beat Arizona, even though Bears really didn't dominate this game for a half. And offensively, look, I said that when this season started that I'm going to give Mr. Trubisky a year. I gave him half a year when he came in because Mike Glennon was horrible. And I'm going to give him this year to figure it out. Because the scouting report on him was he's a project and he's a year and a half away. He has intangibles. He has all disability and stuff, but he's a year and a half away. So this is his full year, barring injury. A lot of people on Twitter was like, and a lot of people locally here is saying that we need to be more critical of him. Yeah, we need to be more critical of him. You know what? He doesn't throw set. He throws off his back foot. He threw off that interception. He threw off his back foot. He had an interception. He had a fumble today. Okay? That fumble was, what are you doing? That interception was, what are you seeing? Okay? And, he threw for 220 yards, didn't have a touchdown. He didn't look good today. But I'll give him, before I just say he's horrible, he needs to be, I'm going to give him a year. Next year is the year where I'm going to expect him to have a major jump. This year, which is why I have the Bears going 8-8 and probably finishing third in the division. This year is Mr. Trubisky screw-up year. What I am going to have to learn, though, is I'm going to have to learn some patience with Matt Nagy and this offense. Because there was a point in the second quarter where you were on the goal line or you were on the 2-yard line rather, and you couldn't get in the end zone, and you have a 1,000-yard rusher on your team, and you have even though he's little and he's 5'6" and he's more of a gadget player, I've seen Tariq Cohen run in between the tackles. I don't want to see him run in between the tackles often, but you have two running backs that are going to be on your squad and are going to be an integral part of your offense. And you have a third running back in Benny Cunningham who can also run the ball. And you have Gabriel who can also run the ball. Why did you come out of that drive with only 3 points? It is unbelievable that happened. I know because I've heard from other people here that they are setting up the pass. They're setting up the run through the pass. I get that. Logically, though, that was stupid. This game shouldn't have been as close as it was. Mr. Trubisky, yeah, this is his growing season. I get this is his growing season. I'm going to let him make it. Nagy, I'm not letting him make. There's too much offensive coaching talent here, and this is the wonderkin. This is the dude that the new offensive mind. He's supposed to be Sean McVay level intelligent. He's supposed to be under Andy. He's supposed to have been under Andy Reid and all this other stuff. And people are saying, well, Andy Reid could screw away a game, for lack of a better term. I get that. I don't want Nagy to be that dude. I don't want to get the dude that, is really, really, really inventive and runs his stuff and is really, really, really offensively like, yeah, I got all these plays that I want to run, and then you can't win anything. I'm not giving a pass for that. Trubisky, I'll give you a pass. Okay? The defense saved this game. I think they had 5 turnovers. 2 interceptions, three interceptions. I could have sworn they had a fourth one, though. It might have been 4 turnovers then, because there was a fumble somewhere. But I could have sworn Rosen threw another interception, but I'm looking on the log and it says he only threw one. Okay, fine. So there's 4 turnovers by the Bears, and you know what? Cool. The defense is going to save us this season. What I'm seeing from the defense, though, is can you play 4 quarters, please? Because the reason why this game was so frustrating and Nagy's play calling was so frustrating was because the Cardinals jumped out to a 14-point lead in the first quarter before Parquet made a field goal. And oh, by the way, he missed one today. But yeah, man, like Mr. Trubisky is gonna. What I get mad about Mr. Trubisky about, and what I'm going to get mad about, like the mechanics stuff. Like, dude, stop dancing around. Make a decision as far as like whether or not you're going to run. Make a decision and learn how to throw stuff away. That fumble, he got rushed and he didn't know how to get out of the situation and he didn't know how to throw it away. I really don't want Baby Cutler on our hands. I really want him to be good. I don't know if he's going to be great, but I want him to be good. And like I said, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. The rest of the town might not. And this is a situation, see, this is kind of, and I was thinking about this earlier this week. Ryan Pace is either reckless or stupid. And I'm going to tell you why. By getting, the defense was already a top 10 defense anyway. By getting Khalil Mack here, and by getting Khalil Mack here, and Khalil Mack's he's a rusher, and he takes the ball away. And we have a defense that takes the ball away. And we had that defense last year. It's just better this year. What's happening with this team, though, is people actually think that this team is playoff caliber, and it's not, because we have a developing quarterback here that's gonna make it very frustrating for you to watch him. Because today it was frustrating because it was like you're seeing this kid just do stuff that I'm like, what are you doing? Like a veteran quarterback doesn't do, or a veteran quarterback that doesn't have gunslinger tendencies doesn't do. Like throwing off of his back foot in the coverage. He throws a lot of balls in the coverage. And he doesn't set his feet, and he gets scary. He's kind of scary. Like that fumble, it looked like he didn't really know how to react to the pressure. And I get what people were saying about him not playing last year because of bad habits, but I understand that. I don't agree with it because that prolongs the development phase into this year being his very first year and next year where he doesn't, because you're going to have to give him a year and a half. You're going to have to give him a year and a half to develop. And last year was his half a year. This year is his full season. So while everybody else, I try not to listen to other like post games and stuff or the radio or anything. But tomorrow, man, I already know how people are going to be. Like, Mr. Trubisky sucks. Mr. Trubisky, and it's like, look, man, what Ryan Pace did, man, is reckless because, and I'm being nice with reckless because you didn't listen to scouting reports. You're thinking that they're looking at Patrick Mahomes and they're looking at Patrick Mahomes and they're looking at Deshaun Watson and they're saying like, okay, we got the same caliber dude and we don't. By getting Khalil Mack here, you're basically accelerating the clock of, are we good yet? And you're not giving this kid, because the defense is going to save. The defense takes games over like they did in the second half. Although I'm going to need the defense to play a whole game instead of a half a game. But you're not going to allow this kid the freedom in the public, in the realm of public opinion. I'm not talking about in the actual games, because it seems like Nagy is going to give him as much freedom to screw up as much as he wants, because he said as much. And it looks like to me they're not scaling back the offense. It looks like to me they're going to install the offense, and it just looks like to me it's a big offense, and they're going to bring him along slowly, but they're not going to scale back the offense just to win games. But in the realm of public opinion, the media and the fans are going to be like, this dude is garbage, this dude isn't the truth, and we need to win football games because we need to be in the Super Bowl. Because I heard a lot this week that this Super Bowl caliber defense, and I don't think it is. I think this defense can lead us to the playoffs, but here's the problem with that. You still have Aaron Rodgers, and you still have Kirk Cousins. Now, I know they got blown out by Buffalo. I didn't see that game. I had to check out the highlights later, but Minnesota, that might be an anomaly, because you know how the NFL is. Anomalies happen. But I don't think the Bears are better than the Vikings. I don't think the Bears are better than the Packers. I think the Bears are better than the Lions. I think the Lions are trash. But Bears are third in the division. Now, does that make them good enough to be a wild card? Don't know. But the idea that right now this defense is Super Bowl caliber defense, no, I don't believe that, but the rest of the town does. And you're not affording this kid time to grow in this position, because the city is expecting this team to win right away. And that's not fair. This kid is a project. Now, Ryan Pace should have known he was a project, but he's a project. And it is what it is, man. I really need his mechanics to be better, because if he's going to be Jay Cutler, man, for the next, 10 years, I can't deal with him developing into a Matthew Stafford or a Jay Cutler, because they throw picks and they're reckless and they don't win anything. They'll get you to the playoffs maybe 1-2 seasons, and that's it. I need this dude to develop into somebody to where we're going to be in the hunt for the division every year. Okay? But right now, there's a bunch of bad mechanics, and there's a bunch of bad habits. There's a bunch of bad decision making that I'm seeing from this young man, and that defense is a problem. If they figure out how to play a full game together where they're playing a complete dominant game, where it's not like first half everybody comes out like gangbusters and then adjustments are made and they're stopped, or second half adjustments were made and then they were the offensive line was able to block everybody and they were able to double Khalil Mack and make him ineffective for a half and make the defensive line ineffective for a half. Playoffs, yeah. Super Bowl, no. Doubtful. Anyway, that's my thought process on the game. I will say this, though. Sam Bradford, and I like Sam Bradford, because when Sam Bradford has time, he can be efficient. But Josh Rosen is your starter now. which he should have been your starter in the first place because he's the best talent of all three of them. And I'm not one of these dudes that believes that you need to sit your quarterback for a year or two, but you just got to give him a couple seasons to figure it out. But anyway, his time is now, and hopefully the offense will get better and the defense will play a full game and be dominant the whole game. Anyway, I'm out. Later, people. See y'all next week.